What are that keke or that weaver? At least I said if I'm begging you to see my heart. What are that pattern or that full-time job? I'ma just stretch my hand and give my people need my help. Why go again do those nights? So long you bring me here, you follow, give me better stay. La chu la get a sense. It better I also than to compete a better. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop for this little things, there's something between us. If that don't step out, I will say what up. I wanna see much instead of even give me talk. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop for this little piece, there's something between us. If that don't step out, I will say what up. I wanna see much instead of even give me talk. Proud of my work, so long it pay me. I said if I, so long I still no one jay me. I said if I, proud of my work, so long it pay me. I said if I, so long I still no one jay me. I selling okay, selling bread, selling hair. Selling food and driving bed. I'm having well done Barbara. Yeah, and I get what these people then say. Better I wear the money I get paid. They don't see they go put me in jail. I want my woman to come in for help and tell us they mommy a shit. I'ma say I get body on crate. You know, say I'm working, I'm doing no pay. The money I'm taking no pay. Now the reason I send on my fears of them when I come into there, I will clean it. Probably welcoming the people out of there. Even that clean it, clean it. When I work, I'm willing the willing. I'm another don't wish every dream. I'm another people asking for people. I've seen the go see that clean that clean. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop for this little things, there's something between us. If that don't step out, I will say what up. I wanna see much instead of even give me talk. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop for this little piece, there's something between us. If that don't step out, I will say what up. I wanna see much instead of even give me talk. Proud of my work, so long it pay me. So long I still no one jay me. Proud of my work, so long it pay me. So long I still no one jay me. They tell like a city for problem, danger when you can be overlooking. Because say you want help, you bless you two way, you in the lower white. So that's it, I am my life. It is where I go happy no lower and living. When you yellow and can't walk to me now, while running behind and walking. Taking benefit to see well like woman and me when I go down and see my cooking. I'm proud of what I do, so long my people feeling good. So long they ask me, I dare I stick a super glue. I'm telling things well, then time I to join blue. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop for this little things, there's something between us. If that don't step out, I will say what up. I wanna see much instead of even give me talk. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop for this little piece, there's something between us. If that don't step out, I will say what up. I wanna see much instead of even give me talk. Proud of my work, so long it pay me. So long I still no one jay me. Proud of my work, so long it pay me. So long I still no one jay me. See what I be. Super sounds. Throw coming. What are that keke or that weaver? At least I said if I'm begging you to see my heart. What are that pattern or that full-time job? I'ma just stretch my hand and give my people need my help. Why go again do those nights? So long you bring me here, you follow, give me better stay. La chu la get a sense. It better I also than to compete a better. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop for this little things, there's something between us. If that don't step out, I will say what up. I wanna see much instead of even give me talk. I wanna use my teeth for open up.
Yes, I'm not using my teeth for open up.
I won't pop for this little piece, there's something between us. If that don't step out, I will say what up. I wanna see much instead of even give me talk. Proud of my my way, so long it pay me. So long I still no one jay me. Proud of my way, so long it pay me. So long I still no one jay me.
Yes, I'm selling okra. Yeah, today we got a pack show coming your way. Yeah, today it's a hot show. What is going on in the Grand Jury Association in America?
Yeah, and I get what the people then say. If I wear the money, I get paid. They see they go put me in jail.
Yeah, inside the county, local leaders have been Of course, President Trump is wishing global tariff war. Yeah, President Boakai is buying brand new vehicles.
And the reason I say on my peers of when I come into I will clean it. Probably welcoming the people out there. Even if I clean it, when I work there, willing the willing.
Yeah, of course, the representative district number 3 in Sinoe County. Him and his staff are building manually building bridges in Sinoe County.
People are going to go see that clay that's killing. I want to use my teeth for open up. I want for this little things that's something between us. If that don't step out, I will say what up. I want to smooth to instead of even give me talk. I want to use my teeth for open up. I want for this little things that's something between us. If that don't step out, I will say what up. I want to smooth to instead of even give me talk. Proud of my way, so long it pay me. So long I still no one jay me. Proud of my way, so long it pay me. So long I still no one jay me. They tell like a city for problems, ginger one you can be overlooking. Because say you want help, you bless you people in the lower watching. So that's it I am my life. It is where I go happy, no look where I live. When you get on and can't walk to me now while running behind you walking. Taking benefit to see well like woman and me when I go down and see my cooking. I'm proud of what I do, so long my people feeling good. So long they ask me a theory, I stick a super glue. I'm telling things well, then time I to join blue. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I want for this little things that's something between us. If that don't step out, I will say what up. I want no smooth to instead of even give me talk. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I want for this little things that's something between us. If that don't step out, I will say what up. I want no smooth to instead of even give me talk. Proud of my way, so long it pay me. So long I still no one jay me. Proud of my way, so long it pay me. So long I still no one jay me. See what I be. To the sounds. Throw coming. What are that keke or that wheelbarrow? At least I said if I'm begging you to feed my heart. What are that pattern or that full-time job? I'ma just stretch my hand and say my people need my help. Why go again do those nights? So long you bring me here, you photo give me play to stay. La chu la get a sense. It better I hustle than to compete ability. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I want for this little things that's something between us. If that don't step out, I will say what up. I want no smooth to instead of even give me talk. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I want for this little things that's something between us. If that don't step out, I will say what up. I want no smooth to instead of even give me talk. Proud of my way, so long it pay me. So long I still no one jay me. Proud of my way, so long it pay me. So long I still no one jay me. Selling bread, selling hair. Selling food and selling bed. I'm having well done Bible red. Yeah, and I get what the people then say. Better I wear the money, I get paid. They don't see they go put me in jail. I want my woman to come in for help. They tell us they want me a shade. I'ma say I get body on crate. You know, say I'm working, I'm doing no pay, the money I'm taking no pay. Now the reason I say on my feet as a van when I come into I will clean it. Probably welcoming the people out of there, even that clean it, clean it. When I work, I'm willing the willing. I'm another young we just be dealing. I'm another be working for people, I've seen the go see that clean that stealing.
I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop for the little things, there's something between us. If that don't step out, I will sell it up. I want no small children instead of even give me talk. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop for the little things, there's something between us. If that don't step out, I will sell it up. I want no small children instead of even give me talk. Proud of my work, so long you pay me. So long I'm still no one gave me. Proud of my work, so long you pay me. So long I'm still no one gave me.
The girl like a city for problem, ginger, one you can be overlooking. But say you want help, you bless you, see what you give you in the lower wagon. So that's it, I am my life. If you go happy, no lower and living. When you get on and can't walk to me now, while running behind you, I'm walking. Taking benefits, you like woman of me when I go down and see my cooking. I'm proud of what I do, so long my people feeling good. So long they ask me, I'm very, I stick the super glue. I'm telling things well, then time I too drunk blue.
I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop all these little things, there's something between us. If that don't step out, I will sell it up. I want no small children instead of even give me talk. I wanna use my teeth for open up. I won't pop all these little things, there's something between us. If that don't step out, I will sell it up. I want no small children instead of even give me talk. Proud of my work, so long you pay me. So long I still no one gave me.
Yes, one day, not Jamie. I'm doing the right thing. Let's make sure our sound is perfect here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another brand new edition of Voice of Sinoe here. Let me do a little sound check. If the sound is okay on your sound, please give me a thumb up or just say okay for me, so I can be sure you are hearing me correctly. All right, so you're gonna hear a feedback from my end here. Let me do a little sound check. Let's see, my sound is delaying here. Let's see. Let's make sure we are good on sound first before I get going here. Let's see. I'm in low A and bring it back up. Good sound first before I get going here. Okay, now the sound is at least good on my side. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new edition of Voice of Sinoe in the Diaspora with Esoteric, Patrick, Sam Walker, Sarah Ellis, and of course, Christian Tababo. All right, so again, we are here always, and we are happy to be every Thursday to have a conversation with you. My co-host, Patrick Bolu, is on backstage. So let me bring the brother on. We can get the ball rolling here. Hey, Patrick.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good, CEO. It's good to be back with it again.
Is my sound okay on your side?
Yeah, your sound is very okay. The sound is very super. And yeah, it's very bad. I mean, it's very good.
Okay. I think maybe you're gonna go on the other side a little bit on the left-hand side so you can be in the middle. I think you're a little bit on the left.
So,
on the left, which should be your. There you go. Yeah, you're going the right direction. Little bit more. Perfect. You'll be fine right there. No, the opposite side. The opposite side. You go on the opposite side. There you go. And then, okay, you're fine. Let's just leave it like that. You're good.
Yeah.
All right, so P, let's start the show this way. The beautiful picture you will see on the screen there is one of my daughters. You know, I'm a father of girls. You know, so here sound be going in. Yeah. So it's one of my daughters. Yesterday she celebrated her birthday. Grace. My man is struggling with the device. Let's see. Let me get you backstage when you're settled. I'll bring you back home. All right, you good to go now?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good here. I'm trying to get myself positioned well. Okay. So
all right, you good? Still working on that device. All right, you good? You perfect, man. You perfect.
okay.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, the picture you see on the screen there is my daughter. One of my girls. She celebrated her birthday. I don't like when my device, the audio is going in and out. All right, well, we just roll with it like that. Hopefully, my sound is good. Yeah, hold on, let me check again. All right, it should be fine. All right, so Patrick, the picture you see on the screen there is one of my daughters. She celebrated her birthday yesterday. Her name is Grace, and so I just want us to start the show with happy birthday to Grace. I want to say wish you many more happy years. You're doing great. She is in nursing school, one of the best schools in the state of Pennsylvania. She that's where she's going to. She wants to be a nurse, trying to be like mommy, you know. So Grace, I want to say happy birthday to you. We are happy to see you hit this new milestone. Every day the girls, they make me happy because they are doing the right thing. You know, Patrick, who wouldn't be happy when your children are doing good? So Patrick, like do a shout out to Grace, and then we can get into our topic of discussion here. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, as the little sister she is to me, boss's daughter as well. I know I want to say happy birthday to Grace. Yesterday I read a special birthday treat for her mother. I mean, it was very um, mesmerizing and yeah, heartwarming. So I want to join all the family members again to say happy belated birthday to you, Grace. Keep up the good work. Uh, Continue to make mommy proud, to make daddy's proud, and keep positive on your career path. I know one day perhaps you will take your career back home to say, well, I want to impact lives through the health sector, or maybe I want to impact lives through the legislature to pass more bills to finish healthcare. So I mean, so many things for you, girl. Happy belated birthday to you, and I appreciate everything you have done, you have achieved over the period, and may God continue to bless you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. Grace, again, enjoy your new age, and we love you abundantly. Actually, I don't know why my device does this. Sometimes I hear myself through the microphone and then it goes off. But let's get to our agenda here, Patrick. It's the rich agenda that we have for the day. All right, so I'm gonna make her to come in the middle of the screen here. All right, and I can put our talking point here to welcome our viewers to Sinoe County Premier Platform. We call it Sinoe Best. All right, so Patrick, this is, I mean, it's a lot trending right now around the globe, and I like you. You also follow what is going on. You are a voracious reader, so you practically go everywhere and read stuff that's going on to be abreast with what is obtaining around the world. So let's start with this big one because it's global. So we want to be right back into breaking news. All right, so Patrick, welcome back to our viewers and all of you. So Patrick, the big one that is trending yesterday, the president of the United States, which is your man Trump, of course. Donald Trump, I mean, the man always coming up with something so that the media attention would be on him. So the president unleashed what I call tariff war. So he witches basically a war on the global community. Practically every part of the globe, received this war, a tariff war, fighting basically every country on planet Earth. So I want us to discuss this. What does it mean for the U.S.? What does it mean for all the countries around the world affected by this. You know, what does it mean for capitalism? What does it mean for you and myself when you go to the market? If I go to the market or I go to the supermarket, I mean, what does it mean for our pocket? What does it mean for our budget? You know, it's a lot going on, Patrick. So before I go into it, I want to give you the opportunity to opine on this war, this global war, economic war, tariff war that your man Trump has waged on the world, the entire world. The man is fighting as far as, I mean, going as far as attacking his allies, his friends. I mean, what does it mean? What is going on? I mean, what is President Trump trying to achieve with this?
Yeah. So President Trump has been in the news for both good and bad reasons since he took office on January 20th. He has been in the news consistently. Every week, there is something about the president in the news. And last night, the world was shocked when he launched, a decisive trade war. And, you know,
Patrick, what you do, Patrick, before I forget, please just hold your thought right there. I just want to play a quick video clip, right? I beg your indulgence. Let me do this quick.
No problem. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Nice crowd. What a good-looking group of people. Well, we have some very, very good news today, and a lot of good things are happening for our country. Please sit down. My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day. Waiting for a long time. April 2nd, 2025 will forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day America's destiny was reclaimed, and the day that we began to make America wealthy again. Going to make it wealthy, good and wealthy. For decades, our country has been looted, pillaged, raped, and plundered by nations near and far, both friend and foe alike. American steel workers, auto workers, farmers, and skilled craftsmen. We have a lot of them here with us today. They really suffered gravely. They watched in anguish as foreign leaders have stolen our jobs, foreign cheaters have ransacked our factories, and foreign scavengers have torn apart our once beautiful American dream. We had an American dream that you don't hear so much about. You did 4 years ago, and you are now, but you don't too often, and for many years and decades even, you didn't hear too much about. Our country and its taxpayers have been ripped off for more than 50 years, but it is not going to happen anymore. It's not going to happen. In a few moments, I will sign a historic executive order instituting reciprocal tariffs on countries throughout the world. Reciprocal, that means they do it to us and we do it to them. Very simple. Can't get any simpler than that. This is one of the most important days, in my opinion, in American history. It's our declaration of economic independence. For years, hardworking American citizens were forced to sit on the sidelines as other nations got rich and powerful, much of it at our expense. But now it's our turn to prosper, and in so doing, use trillions and trillions of dollars to reduce our taxes and pay down our national debt, and it'll all happen very quickly. With today's action, we are finally going to be able to make America great again, greater than ever before. Jobs and factories will come roaring back into our country, and you see it happening already. We will supercharge our domestic industrial base. We will pry open foreign markets and break down foreign trade. I was looking, other countries, while those nations placed massive tariffs on our products and created outrageous non-violating, we should pay for it, 0.5% on foreign-made automobiles. The European Union charges us more than 10% automobiles.
Okay, so Pastor, just a little bit of the president there. I mean, he's coming reciprocal taxes. He calls it. So P, what do you make of it, man? What do you make of the speech? What do you make of the action of President Trump?
Yeah, so the president's position or the president's action will have far-reaching consequences on the United States in the future. It may not be now. You know, when the United States assumed global leadership, of the free world, of the New World Order in 1945, that leadership has been accelerated by what America does across the world. All right, it is the largest supporter to almost every United Nations agency and activity. I mean, it has a support to different countries in the world. America supports military stuff all over the place. America has over 200 military bases around the world. So those were things that when your free giving.
It's about 700 bases, almost 800. But go ahead.
Okay, all right. Thank you for the correction. Okay, so those were things America's free giving. Those were things that brought the prominence, that brought the respect, that brought the superpowership. You say America has superpower. It wasn't just because of America, but because of the things America was capable of. America has been capable of doing single-handedly as a nation. Those are the things. Now that the president is taking back that leadership, and the president says no to the world, America doesn't want to be a free giver anymore. America doesn't want to be a superpower anymore. So it gives countries like China, it gives countries like Russia, Japan, France, and other countries, Germany, to advance to global leadership. And President Trump calls it Liberation Day. No, it's not liberation, because what you do for somebody brings respect. And people are afraid of America. People respect America because of what America can do. All right, America says this. People respect it. For example, in 1920, when the world powers met to form the League of Nations, America did not give its full approval to the formation. And also because of that, you say, okay, they can hold without hold because America did not agree. It did not hold for you. So when the UN came about, because America now gave all its support, the money, the materials, the logistics, everything, America definitely became the world's superpower. So President Trump is putting America on the path to lose its leadership, its place, its respect in everything. Look, I call you CEO every day. I call you my boss man every day. I honor you. I honor your family, everything you do for me, right?
Yeah.
Now, this time around, I say, no, Patrick, now, for everything that I do for you, you will pay me for it. Okay? For everything I do for you, you will pay me for it. Or for every time you use my services, you pay for it. So for a country like Liberia, that can afford electricity, that can afford food for its citizens, that can afford anything. I mean, a dumb country, with a dumb governance system, you impose 10% tariff on country like Liberia. What that means? It simply means America is tired with global leadership. America is tired with the superpowership position it has held since 1945. America is saying, well, we don't want to be a free giver. We don't want to be leader of the free world anymore. So now it gives Russia, China, and other superpowers the opportunity to come and step in. And see, so Trump is my man. But I think the other one here, America is superpower because of its economic power, not necessarily because of its military power. Yeah. The Cold War. How did America win the Cold War? America won the Cold War out of its economic power. Its economic strength. Its economic strength brought its victory from in the Cold War. It's not because of it was not a military strength. All right. So the position of superpower, a position of leader of the free war or the new world order is not because of its military strength. It's simply because of its economic power. One country can feed the whole world. That's the strength there. One country is the biggest donor to the World Health Organization, the biggest donor to WEF, biggest donor to UNESCO, biggest donor to World Climate Forum, biggest donor to everything, biggest aid provider to every country in the world. Okay, so that was the reason why they say, "Oh, America." People hear American name, they tremble because of everything. So now that you take aid from Liberia and other poor countries, what respect they get for you again? They get no respect for you again. They can't worship you again. Like the Prime Minister of Australia. I mean, Australia is a major ally. Trump took the action. What did Australia say? Australia condemns it, but say, well, we are here. All right? You make good countries, good friends, good partners to go away from you, and you call it liberation. It is not liberation. It may not, the consequences may not come right now. All right? And how about America? How much money America wants? Americans are not complaining that they don't get money. I don't think so. Americans are not saying we are poor. I'm not sure it's because of economic reason, but maybe Trump as a business, it's all business idea also, in my view. It's all business idea. Trump is a businessman. You got another billionaire who beside him there, a businessman. All Buddhists are business people. So they come together on the dinner table while they're eating all the good food, and they come with a business idea. It's a president, you know what? We need to make more money, more profit before we leave office. Just 4 years. But before we leave 4 years, all the money we spend in the campaign, all the money we spend, fighting cases in court, all the money that can we get our money back? And the only way we can get our money back is to impose tariff on almost everything that comes from the United States. And I think that's what the president is doing. It's all a business. A business ideology that he's pushing here. But I don't think it's for America's liberation or America's benefit. Because as far as we are concerned, we are real America every day. America is not facing reception. In the worst sense, America is not struggling for money. They make the money. That currency is the most powerful currency in the world. It's all over the place.
All right, but let me come in.
So that's my talk, CEO.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. Yeah, Patrick, it's ironic, right? At least from my perspective. Okay, the Republican Party is a party that is quote and unquote anti-taxes, right? They are for low taxes, and they have been bashing the Democrats of posting taxes on people. But it's kind of weird now to see the Republican Party is now pro-tax. That's their talking point. Tariff is nothing but taxes, putting taxes on others, which the Republicans are saying, you know what? When you reduce taxes, it helps people to save money. And when people save money or they have extra money in their pocket, they will invest. And that will create economic prosperity and all the different things. But their own policies now, Patrick, is backfiring. They call it laissez-faire economic. Open up, let everybody compete. It's capitalism. It's survival of the fittest and the dying of the least suitable. Their own game that they've been playing for years. Now other people are beating them at the game, like China and other countries are beating them. So now they have resorted to protectionism, nationalism. Now it's about let's protect our interests. Once it is now for us Nobody should get it. And so now, Patrick, before Patrick send a co-part to America now, they put in enough taxes on Patrick. When you send in your beta boy here, because that's what you can send to America, right? So anything that you send to the U.S., Trump would say 10% on it. Patrick, the bad thing about this is, I mean, Trump and Elon Musk, they are taking the American people money because they are rich guys, right? They would never struggle. If you charge anything, you charge beta board $50 or $100. $100 is nothing for Trump, right? It's nothing. It's you and myself. So when they put the taxes on these things, right? What happens is, Patrick, because you're a businessman. So once the government charges you 10% on whatever you bring in, when you bring it to the people, what you do? You will increase it too, right? So that the burden will go to the buyers. This guy said when you are running campaign, you want to lower taxes or prices for the American people. But he's doing exactly the opposite. Because when you put the taxes on the people that are bringing in the goods, they have to get their profit. They have to get their money back. What are they going to do? Increase the prices. It's inflation, okay? So it affects the people, but guess what? It doesn't affect Trump. When the people raise the prices, Trump will not suffer it. You charge $200 on the goods, Trump can buy. But you and myself can afford it? No. So it's these guys, they are not in the interest of the people. They are in the interest of themselves. Part of what they have done is they have taken the people money to the extent where they can't pay back because all the policy, all the taxes they are quoting, all the different things they're doing. Oh man, I don't like my all the things they are doing is causing a huge deficit to the US, right? So how do they pay the money back? They formulate a strategy. They say, you know what, we'll put taxes on other countries. When they bring their goods there, the business people will carry on. And if Patrick is here or if Dax here put a stand where I'm in the US, when I go to the supermarket, I will pay. Dak will pay. So the American people will take the burden. They will pay all the money that we are taking to do our private investments. Well, the American people will pay it up. They will take the bill. And that's what exactly this guy is doing right now. It's not anything that is in the interest of the people. No. So I'm so sorry, Patrick. My microphone is just going in and out here. Yeah, but that's Donald Trump policy. The policy doesn't make sense. Patrick, how can you fight the whole world? How is that possible? Can you win the entire world? No. America has been waging even military wars, right? They have not won any war. So what makes you think you can win the whole war on the tariff war? Why do you think people going to bow down to you now when China and other people that the BRICS, the guys they are putting together, they are doing different things to take over from the U.S. dominance. And now you are putting yourself in a box. You are boxing yourself. You are attacking your friends and foe alike. I mean, how do you win a war like that? When people that you are supposed to work with, you are fighting them. Okay, so you rightly pointed out, Patrick, America is declining, right? The empire is going away. Because if you read the history of empire, Patrick, you got to go on the other side. If you read the history of empires, this is what happens. Empires are born, they develop, they reach their peak, and they go down. So America has reached her peak. She is not growing anymore. So what do? The guys that get the money, the rich guys, they want to protect their money. So they put in these different weird policies, in place and say, you know what? We will cut education. Patrick, does that make sense to anybody? You don't have to even study economics to know this. You have countries that are challenging you like China and Russia and other countries around the world. In this country, they are investing massively in their people. They are spending huge chunk of their money, giving their people free education, right? And you say, I'm cutting the Department of Education. How do you compete with these people? Your people, when your people are educated, that's how they can compete with the outside world. But you say, I'm cutting Department of Education. I'm cutting all different programs. But then you're crying about other people beating you when it comes to technology. China, the BYD. BYD is the highest producer of electric vehicle in the US, in the world right now. So what America is doing to get Tesla leverage is to put all tariff or put all the different barriers in the way, even though these people say they believe in free market. Why are you putting government in the way now? I mean, when you say government is the problem, but now government is being used, you know, to stop the marketers and the buyers to exchange. Government now is getting, Elon Musk is a private man. But now Trump is now using protectionism to protect Tesla. Instead of BYD sending her cars to the US because BYD vehicles are electric vehicles are cheaper. So they want people, the American people, to be forced to buy not Trump, but Elon Musk's expensive vehicles. So they put 100% tariff for Joe Biden, and Trump continue on that. Okay. So what that means is when they say 100% tariff, so when BYD or China is sending a vehicle here to the US for, say, for example, 30,000, right? Okay, when you're sending it for 30,000, America is adding additional 30,000, so it's $60,000 when it comes to the US. That what the American people will pay. It's not affecting China; it's affecting your people. So instead of paying, they say instead of paying 60,000, we will stop China. We'll put 100% taxes on China, so it will deter China from sending up vehicles here. The American people will be forced to go to Elon Musk, who has a monopoly here now on electric vehicles. You know, so these are the different tricks. So it's about the money going in the pocket of the rich people. It's not about opening. It's not free market anymore. It's now economic protectionism. You protect, I protect my own. You protect your own. So the guys are shooting themselves in the legs, and that's why we say someone always saying capitalism or the free market philosophy doesn't make sense, because it leads to what? Monopoly and oligarchy or oligopoly. They got all these different words. Because Patrick, y'all look at it from the perspective of soccer teams, right? When people are playing football, it's competition, right? So you have the county meet, for example. So you have the different counties, they coming together to play. They will play. Some people will drop, and then at the end of the day, you deal with two players. That's how capitalism, the competition, how competition is. It's the nature of competition. So you will find out in America, you have company the Walmart, you have Amazon, and you have Home Depot. Those companies don't have competitors, no, because they are big. I mean, when Walmart comes in the community, all the little stores then they're afraid because they will beat. So it's the nature of competition or capitalism. The big guy can eat everybody up, you know. Like in Philadelphia, in Philadelphia, for example, they had the Liberian guy across the street. He had what he called Waterside Market. He took a little African market. He had it over there. Your man Elon Musk went there and built one of his stores on the street, right opposite his factory. He built that thing there. Guess what? That Waterside Market is not there anymore. It closed. As a matter of fact, they told the man to move the Waterside Market from over there. So that's the nature of these beacons. They eat the little ones up, you know, a result of monopoly. One person controlling the business. And in America right now, we have oligopoly right now. That small group of companies that control the whole economy, you know. But Patrick, let's switch gear to something else. The Republicans, their policy is kicking in. Your man, that Ronald Reagan philosophy, the man coming our way, you know, all the different things. All right. So now, Sam, you have to activate your device. I can't bring you on right now. You have to connect something there. You are not connected properly. So I will take you. You can try again. All right. So Patrick, let's transition, and that's the war. America cannot win any war. I mean, they can win military war, but they want to fight in the tariff war against the whole world, the whole globe. How can you survive in such a battle? You are not the way people see you before. America is not the way people used to back when America says that everybody buy down. No, it's not the case anymore. You know, so the guys got to get out of their bubble. This bubble they in, they got to get out. You know, America is not the way before it used to be. No. So now, Patrick, let's transition to our country, Liberia here. So I call this DEJA VU, right? So DEJA VU is having a feeling of something that already happened that you experienced before, you know, something that happened and coming back again. So I call the power outage at Rabos International Airport. Okay, I think this is a story that you've been following. Patrick, when George Weah was in power, the now president, he was in the opposition, and they were on the rampage and criticizing George Weah, how he cannot demolish anything and the power is out at the airport and plane cannot land. Patrick, but under Joseph Boakai now, the same thing is happening. What happened to the competent men that we have? That have all the sophisticated people that can do the work? Why is it that, I mean, they can't keep light on at the airport, at the international airport of the country? They can't keep it on. Patrick, what happened? I mean, you in the country, what is going on? The rescue mission cannot rescue a light, cannot keep a light on at the international airport? Let me give you the floor. Go ahead.
So it did not only happen on Josh Weah's time. It did not only happen on Josh Weah's time. It was not only an outage on the runway, but this time around is an outage, an outage at the entire facility. Yeah, not including the runway. But what is me surprising this time around is birds flew from the Sapo National Park. Birds flew from the Sapo National Park. And can you imagine, my man, for all the way Sapo National Park, birds flew from there to cut RRA transformer off. Imagine this. Imagine the excuse. So it says a lot of things about leadership in this country. This is a scandal. I mean, I call it a scandal, and an operating scandal. That you will put power, you will blame power outage on birds. From the Sapo National Park.
So how did they know the bird came from the Sapo National Park, man? The birds written on the Sapo National Park?
because the reason why I said, because the way you can find
a lot of birds.
Then we can find how do you call it? Endangered species. Yeah, the way you can find big birds, maybe like the eagles, like the.
So this is sheer incompetence on the part of people that
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. To even say birds usually feed at a nearby dump site. Why should you even keep a dump site around the airport? To say birds normally can't to feed at a dump site. So the birds did not go feed on the dump site, but the birds after feeding, they go to the transformer. And I think it is just what should I call it? It's just gross incompetence, disregard for stewardship. They don't care. The people who are in leadership in this country, they don't care about the country. Everything they care about is their income and the money they make, for stealing and other things. But the excuse that my brother, the excuse weakens me to even say something, because to blame power outage at RRA on birds, group of birds from the Sapo National Park, see the distance they even flew to come on the side. Imagine that. I mean, it's just sheer incompetence, as you said, and it's gross incompetence, lack of leadership, lack of vision, lack of direction, and it's just a repeat of what they criticized in the George Weah's time. They criticized George Weah practically for everything that he did. And every good thing he did, they criticized it. All the bad things he did, they also criticized it. Now in this time too, far worse than what George Weah did are being done. And this is the problem we have right now. Serious incompetence. And I think if the president was really serious, about leadership, the first thing that will happen upon hearing the guys saying to the Senate committee, upon hearing that the guys blame birds for the power outage, I mean, a serious president will fire them immediately. All of them at that place. A serious president will fire them without further reservation, because to blame a bird that doesn't have hands, that doesn't have that doesn't have feet, a bird that's not a monkey or bamboo, yeah, to blame it for power outage at the RIA. I mean, and the president has not fired them. Of course, it also says a lot about leadership in this country. Yeah, so I hear back on my thought.
Okay, Sam, let's bring you in here. Sam, are you there? Sam, I think Sam is frozen there. Let's see. Yeah, he's trying to come back in. Let me bring him back here. Hey, Sam.
Yeah, Dai.
Yeah, welcome aboard. We are discussing what is going on at RIA, man. You guys are now blaming the birds for power outage at the international airport. What sort of birds, man? What's going on in your country? We can't maintain just a power at the airport, right? How can you power the whole nation if you cannot even keep light on at the international airport? Just that little box, that matching box alone, you can't keep light on there. What prospect do we have that Joseph Boakai, the rescue mission, can electrify the entire Monrovia before you even start going to the other counties when the guys cannot keep light on? I mean, Sam, you guys are on it. What is going on? What is happening to the rescue mission in our country?
Well, I think the rescue mission is, continue to do things to our people that are not worth, listen to. If you lie your way to power, these are things that you continue to expect from our people. I think it's a serious embarrassment. It is a serious embarrassment. Just was it yesterday when we experienced that? And Patrick, just this morning, could you imagine somebody who called himself public affairs minister, Daniel Sando, lie on several media institutions? And this is what the civil society activists, and civil society practitioners are, condensing his remark, because on his stage when he was called on several media institutions today, Daniel Sando lied to the people that there was no power outage. But when the journalist placed a call to the PRO, the public relations officer, at that area, it was confirmed. That last night there was no light. The light, the airport, the entire airport was dark, as if to say, it's a deep forest. So just this morning, he been on several media platforms, someone who said that it's lie. So the very first embarrassment that have been caused is Daniel Sando to have lied to the public this morning. That there was no power outage yesterday, after which they generally did their own background investigation, calling the PRO of that area, and he confirmed to us, to we the public, that yes, indeed, there was power outage. So why is this embarrassment for? George, Weirton, you condemn it. Now, we need light. The airport people. I think you were here. You've been listening. You saw that, and you heard it. George Weirton will not pay much attention. At the airport. Now you got that. But I don't blame the people, Patrick. If people lie their way to power, these are what you expect. You're leading. You are not actually leading. You're leading with insincerity. You manipulating the people's minds with your wrong concept. I think these things will continue to haunt them, not we, the public. It will continue to haunt them, most especially those who brought this embarrassment on our head. Now, yes, this man is competent. Just a few days ago, The church, I mean, one clergyman was on his bike. And the man is not leading. Look, how will you feel? How will investment come in the country? The embarrassment that was caused by I mean, those who are in authority yesterday. You see what you see what we are going through? So it is not strange, Dyke. I mean, it's a normal phenomenon. At times, you know, you say, oh yeah, you know, so it happened few months ago, and people concealed that information. It never went unnoticed. People saw it, and Liberians are talking about it, and it raised serious concern to every many Liberian, to every one of us. So I think it is an embarrassment. This will ensure that this man does not have any logical idea to lead the country as well. He does not have any idea to lead this country. Our lives, our hands. Just for me to even come up, you saw how I experienced. I mean, difficult to even come on the platform to come here. These are what we're going through. So I think Liberians are getting adjusted little by little. I mean, we just used to the hardship. We just used to these things. At times, you reach home. I mean, no current. I mean, water. I mean, every basic social services that like the government should be providing to the citizen. Government is inactive. Government is not providing, and it is a responsibility as a national government to keep providing these things. But on attempt to be hearing these things every day, you know, it is not good. So that will show that yesterday, this rescue team is just a myth. These guys are not ready to lead us. All they do, they lead with deception. The one you heard from the public affairs Minister Daniel Sano this morning on several media institutions. That's there was no power outage. There was no power outage. Who are you lying to when Liberians are seeing it? So I think it's a serious embarrassment, and we just need to ask God for, I don't know, that Patrick is serious. Is embarrassment. It's embarrassing.
All right, Sam. Thanks for your take, man. Thank you. So guys, I mean, it's a serious problem in our country. You know, to the extent that our elected officials, you know, they will disparage and vilify each other. They will say the other people are incompetent, they're not up to the task. And then when they come to power, we have a man who is, the people say he has vast experience. He was at the Ministry of Agriculture, and no food, Liberia cannot feed yourself. You know, we still import rice into the country. We have a man who served as vice president for 12 years, and no road going to his town, his village. He flies when he goes to his place. But then the Liberian people, we believe that this man will rescue Liberia. The last time I checked, right, Sam and Patrick, people that carry on rescue missions are people that are strong. You know, let me see. There are people that are strong, that have energy, that have strength. I mean, you have a man that is literally tired, you know. The man is tired, he's exhausted. When you see the paper walking, you know that the man is not up to the job. But some politicians in the country, they want power to the point where they managed to put not George Weah, but Joseph Boakai on the people. And now the man cannot get anything right. President Boakai cannot get anything right. To even get his official people elected, you'll fire the other one and bring the other one back. I mean, like, everything is just the same. Everything that let me show you guys this one, which you also know. I mean, the man was all over the place and bashing George Weah for driving fancy car and flying airplanes and these different things. But Joseph Boakai is doing exactly the same thing. The man is driving bulletproof vehicle, Lexus 2025. I mean, the prices all over the place. Some people say it's 1.5 million. We don't know exactly how much it costs. This man who's supposed to be transparent to the Liberian people, Joseph Boakai is now, who is after Joseph Boakai? That he is not focusing on the people that are suffering in the country. but it's about him, himself, and his family. I mean, look at his wife, Katumo, the woman who was looking. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to use strong words, but see the woman right now. She's shining. I mean, it's about him and his family and the people that are around him, and we are not seeing substantial development going on in the country. No, nothing. I don't see the roads being built. At least during Judge Weir time, we see the guys doing something. You know, we see something. They may build 14 military hospitals. They may build the Emmerich Hospital, Bapolu or whatever. Joseph Boakai go dedicate hand pump. I mean, like, is that how you rescue your people? I mean, Patrick and Sam, when I look at other countries, what they are doing and what this whole country, almost 178 years, and we are celebrating hand pump, and presidents are still focusing on buying cars. I mean, it's just like, what is wrong with Liberians' mind? What is wrong with our leaders that they cannot for once think about the people? I don't know, you guys saw the article I wrote, the political conundrum of Liberia after 178 years. I mean, Patrick, you got a country that is just less than 6 million people and 178 years. So maybe Patrick Sam will make argument and say, you know, we have 14 years of civil war. Okay, let's do the math and subtract 14 years from there. You still have 164 years. You can't take your people from poverty still. What I mean, less than 6 million people, and you have China that is 1.4 billion human beings, Patrick. And the people are making radical change in the lives of the people. The people took 800 million people out of poverty. In China is, since you gave for political independence, how many years now? About 76 or 78 years. You have the country 178 years, my man. And we can't take, we can't take 5 million people from out of poverty. And somebody is sitting there, calls himself a president, and he buying luxury vehicles when the people don't even have food to eat. The Morovia City, when you get to that place, they trash all over the place. The man said they come into when you look at his agenda, you talk about sanitation and all the different things. Go see the sanitation in Liberia. I was listening to the guys when they were doing the hearing for the guys that run the airport. And he was talking about, I think Edwin Snow was talking about how the airport is hot. And I could relate to that, Patrick, when I went to Liberia, 2020. Patrick, you enter that airport, an international airport, just like Oven, Patrick, the place is super hot. I was like, what is going on in this country? And I just thought on the rescue mission that would change. No, it can still change. On the rescue mission, I said yesterday when I listened to Edwin Snow, he said the place hot, like you are in the oven. What are the guys doing with the people's money, Patrick? When I look at EPS budget, you put, 8 million into EPS, and then the counties that's supposed to be the development hub, that's supposed to be the supporting arm of the nation, you get in $200,000 for development. Patrick, why do we invest more money beyond EPA, or what they call presidential protection thing, that what they call it in the budget line, presidential protection? You get 8 million, and counties that's supposed to generate resources for the country, you get in 200,000. The colleges that's supposed to produce the new leaders, the new engineers, the new scientists, different professions, you give them little or nothing. Sinoe County Community College, 600,000. That one they gave the people. Patrick, how do you expect the country to grow when the lawmakers, 103 men and their staffers, they are getting 39 million, but the counties that are getting 200,000? Patrick, you expect the country to grow? We are not going nowhere. We are not going anywhere with the kind of mindset the leaders have. We want to welcome the Queen to the platform. Sarah, welcome aboard.
All right, thank you, Doc.
So we are talking about the international airport. The light is off. I mean, Sarah, what are you guys doing that you can't keep the light on in our country? I think she froze in there. So, Patrick, I want to maybe give you the opportunity to say something. I mean, if now we can, I think Sarah is struggling there to get situated. Let me see. She's coming back now.
Okay, you getting me now?
Yeah, you're good. And you are clear. Be right there. We'll see you fine right where you are. Go ahead.
Okay, so you talk about the issues of the light at the international airport.
Yeah.
Um, it's very frustrating and very disheartening and embarrassing to our country. As a nation, the only international airport we had and such thing happened. But my point is, I don't know as to whether it is realistic that the bird will the one that really caused that problem. Yes, to see or hear things like that coming from the RAA group, I was so surprised and shocked. If there's any reason or any means what they can do to stop birds from setting on those poles and other things, they need to do that very fast because for me it's very disgraceful for our country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Sarah, I think it's an excuse. You know, you see, if you have leaders that don't want to take responsibility for their failure, you have a serious problem. You put your birds. The next one will go on the goat. The next one will go on the sheep. I mean, the guys don't want to take responsibility for their failure, or not knowing what they are doing, because what makes a good leader, Patrick or Sarah, is when you make a mistake, when you blunder, you own up to the mistake, and then you find a way to solve that. But when you start putting it on sheep and goat and cow and I mean different things, you expose your own ineptitude. You know, you're exposing your very self. So that's the problem of our country. Let's go to the next one. Sarah, welcome aboard. Okay, let's go to Patrick. Let's go to, I think I like the talking point that you issue, power politics and recalling of local officials. You know, I like the way you pull it, Sinoe Legislative Caucus and local government. Um, what is going on, man? You say local leaders are being recalled. I want you to expand on that, Patrick. What is going on in our county here in these tough economic times and people are being recalled?
Okay, so we have observed with dismay in recent time, President Boakai, appointed a group of local officials, across the country. Sinoe was part of that, appointment. Some of those officials, if I were not confirmed by the Senate, and the president asked them to act.
Yeah, I think Patrick frozen there. Sarah, you want to chime in? I mean, you know about the local officials that were recalled?
Yes, yes. So in Sino, we have the Bayan Secretary District, which was headed by the superintendent, Superintendent Campion, doing President Weah, former President Weah, and even doing former President Eddington. He was there serving as superintendent for that district. And also you have Superintendent Annie Pople from the Tajo Statutory District. She was also appointed as superintendent during the time of former President George Weah. And you have others positions that were also occupied by other people. But then after President Boakai won the first appointment, we noticed or heard that uh, Superintendent Campion was replaced by the former commissioners, township commissioner, which is one Mr. Darius Namwe. He was appointed as superintendent for that particular sanitary district. But later on, we got information and it had been confirmed that Honorable Campion is the proper superintendent for Sino County, and if not for Sino but rather for Bayan Sanitary District. And the same goes to Tajo Sanitary District. Honorable Annie Poplar was removed when President Boakai newly won the election, and later on, she received a letter that she had been reappointed to be the superintendent for 31 statutory district. And these things are bringing up confusions and other things. But from my own perspective, these are people who were in those positions before, and then okay, and then because another leadership came in, they tried to remove them and place them with other people, but maybe because of the recommendation from the districts that they've been representing other things, they were able to be recalled. And so for me, I don't see anything that is bad within it because they were the one that were occupying those positions first.
Okay, Patrick, you were on before you went off, so go
Yeah,
ahead.
So I don't know. This is a new phenomenon. Actually, it's a new phenomenon in the politics of the local politics. Somebody is appointed, they serve 2 weeks, and the president will replace them. So in Tajwan was surprising. Just moved for the first meeting after 2 weeks. I mean, he got removed and put back his predecessor in district number this inquiry district also to happen there with Tariffs Namwe. And in Morayville, just 1 week ago in Morayville, Nathaniel Chimula was also appointed commissioner. And the woman who has been there all the years, from Ellington to Joshua Time to and the woman resurfaced. So we don't know what is going on really. Maybe it's based on party's interest or party politics or maybe other stuff. But
Yeah, Patrick is struggling there. Sam, let me bring you in. Are you following what is going on with the local leaders in Sinoe? Sam. All right, yeah, the guys are having just a broken internet service.
Yeah, Dad,
Yeah, go ahead. You guys are having service problem today.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, you broke in, but go ahead. Yeah, the connection is bad. It's very bad. All right, guys. My co-host and panelists are having an issue over there. Let's see. Let me bring Sam again. See whether you'll be active now. He's still struggling. All right. Let me kick this off this way. All right. So Liberia, everything is politicized in the country. You can give somebody a job, and the next day, that job will be gone. So I don't know what is going on in our country. The reason why these little jobs, people are fighting over them is because no jobs in the country. When we have prevalence of employment opportunities in the country, people would not be fighting over a district commissioner and different things. I mean, if you have jobs, I mean, companies are going and businesses are hiring. I mean, you have people have options, but no options in the country. And so, I mean, people have to kowtow, they got to bend down to other people just so they can make ends meet. And then when you have your little, means of survivor, then somebody will just come and take it from you. So it's a bad situation in our country. The lack of employment opportunities in the country is what making people to do what they are doing right now. Somebody will just come overnight and just remove somebody. the rescue man is saying he's coming to rescue, but then on his watch, people have been kicked out of jobs, and we have the different things going on. All right, Sam, I want the last, I think, second to the last thing that I want to talk about here. I saw this communication, right, from the wife of the former president, President Doe, the late president, his wife. Let's see, let me put us in the corner here. I wanted to bring this communication here. This is the communication. It's little small, but it's a release from the family, the Doe family. They put out this statement. The senator of Grand Jide, Senator Emmanuel Pennue, wants to do something. So I want to read. I will share the content of that communication with us, and so that you can know what is going on here. Let me get to my device. It's a lot of things in here. So I can read that from over there. But this is what it says here. Rotate this. So it says press release, right, from the family of the late president and his wife, Madam Nessie Doe. So it says for immediate release, former First Lady Nessie B. Doe rejects unauthorized memorial plans by Senator Zoe Emmanuel Pennue and demands due respect for late President Samuel Kyan Doe Sr. Okay, so it goes on here. That's the title. They said it was this. Actually, was published today, April 4th or 3rd. Today, this is the 3rd. That's when the release came up. So it's a breaking news, right? So they said, moreover, April 3rd, 2023, it has come to our attention that the Doe family writing now, it has come to our attention that a supposed military traditional memorial service has been organized by Senator Zoe, American man would say Zoe, right? Zoe Emmanuel Pennue, a man who has continuously sought to advance his own sinister agenda. I mean, these are strong words, sinister agenda, under the guise of honoring Liberia's fallen leader, the late President Samuel Kyan Doe Sr. We wish to make it abundantly and categorically clear that no individual or group of individuals, especially led by Senator Zoe Emmanuel Pennue, has the right to interfere with my husband's remains, okay, without the expressed approval and involvement of myself and our appointed spiritual leader, okay? Zoe Emmanuel Pennue is from the Pennue family and bloodline, which makes him a nephew. The family goes on to say, a nephew and son. Let's see, Patrick is trying to get on here. Let me bring Patrick. Okay. I want to go by and read that sentence again. Zoe Emmanuel Pennue is from the Pennue family. Let me put Patrick on mute here. There's a little feedback coming from him. Zoe Emmanuel Pennue is from the Pennue family and bloodline, which makes him a nephew and son to the sister to the late president. He has no rightful claim or authority over the Doe family. Okay? When I am alive, she said, when I am alive, as well as my children, and that he must cease his unwarranted, illegal, and authorized interference in matters that concern my family, especially that of the remains of my late husband. The Doe family, consisting of myself, our children, and our direct bloodline, has been working closely with His Excellency President Joseph Boakai's government to ensure that my husband receives a dignified and rightful reburial. Okay, it goes on to say a reburial date will be announced in due course by the appropriate authorities, and no unauthorized action by Zoe Emmanuel Pennue will be tolerated. It goes on to say it is appalling that Zoe Emmanuel Pennue, a man who has relentlessly tormented my children and me, is now inserting himself into this solemn matter. This is the same individual. It's a strong language in the communication. This is the same individual who has openly declared over the years. That's why it's a quote here. I think that's why Samuel doesn't have a grave. And I will make sure in my capacity as a lawmaker and senior government official that he will never have a grave, unquote. Okay? Such statements and many others against the late president and ourselves exposed his malicious intent. And it is utterly unacceptable that someone harboring such hostility is involved in any capacity with my husband's reburial activities. The last paragraph, it says here, we demand that Zoe Emmanuel Pennue immediately remove himself from any and all activities related to my husband's remains and allow the Doe family, in collaboration with the Liberian government, to carry out their reburial with dignity and respect. Any further unauthorized actions by Zoe Emmanuel Pennue will be met with full legal resistance. The Doe family stands firm in ensuring that my husband receives the honorable resting place he deserves, free from interference and spiritual manipulations. Signed, Mr. Nessie B. Doe, former First Lady of the Republic of Liberia. I mean, this is the communication from the former president to the now Senator of Grand Jeddah County, Zoe Emmanuel Pennue. Saying, what do you make of this? What is happening? Because in the communication, they mentioned that Zoe is a nephew. So this is a family. Why the First Lady? I mean, she indicated other things that Zoe Emmanuel Pennue said about the president will not get a grave and all of those things. I mean, what is fueling all of this in the family? What is going on here? What is your thought? What do you have to say, Sam? Sam, are you there? I think you're on mute. Go ahead now. I'll mute you.
Am I clear?
Yeah, you're good now. Go ahead.
I think the communication, there's strong wording in the communication there. Yeah. That communication is embedded with a lot of, disdainful, languages. And those languages, are going directly to the senator. Why the lifestyle of Zoe Emmanuel Pennue? Zoe Emmanuel Pennue is someone who has been in the dungeon of, he has that kind of a record, that kind of bad political record. I think Zoe Emmanuel Pennue cannot be trusted in any political arrangement based on his past record. Because there's a man who, position himself wherein the administration that is in power, he attaches himself with any other administration that is in power. There's a former representative here, from Lofa County, former representative, I didn't know one other, the man who owns the Flashpoint. Patrick, I just forget the name. Patrick, could you please help me with his name? The man who has Flashpoint. David Coty. Yeah. David Coty. So, Pennue is, the senator is placing himself, has found himself in this category. Mind you, few years ago, this man was signing with President Weah. He sided with President Weah throughout. But when he noticed that the election went on the other side. I mean, he chose himself to go on the other side too. He went by the way of the current administration on the Boakai-led government. And besides that, he didn't go there. But before going there, I mean, he used a statement against the former president, Joshua, who fed him, used the president, and his citizen at the time went against him.
Sam, you got another
Went
device
against
on?
him for using such. I mean,
you got another device on, like the egg. There's another device on somewhere around you there.
See, let me see.
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. So, by the way of I mean, going on the other side. But you saw the man making some statements around here. I mean, using all sorts of statements against President Weah and his citizen using such reckless statement. Oh, why is that you have to do that? So this man, I mean, he put your position himself in a way with the current administration. So he positioned. He said that yes, indeed, he's the best.
All right, Sam.
Mind you, this lady, so my information that we have.
Sam, we're not hearing you. All right, let me bring Patrick here. Sam, are you there?
Hello? Am I still coming in? I mean, I'm here. Or Dyke?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, you still. Patrick, let me bring you in. What is your take to this developing story?
Well, the only thing I can say is that when a cherished family man dies, when a good family man dies, when the family loses a profound figure, somebody considered their pillar of support, their pride, the best thing to do is to always unite in grief, unite in your frustration, unite in your loss, and for reconciliation. What has been happening for me is, I don't think it's the right thing to do. Everything or anything that happens, no matter the consequences or the repercussions, that everybody will face, there is a breaking point for reconciliation and forgiveness. There will always be a breaking point for reconciliation, a breaking point for peace, and a breaking point, for harmony. So how long the beef will continue? Oh, Zoe Emmanuel, Zoe Emmanuel is this, Zoe Emmanuel is that, Zoe Emmanuel did this and did that. How long will it continue? And how long? Why the politics and the politics and the bad thing that I see so much, people just mix everything with politics. President Doe has died. His death leaves so much pain and frustration in the hearts of many people. Yes, the brutal way in which he was killed is something people cannot still behold in their memories. But every now and then, I remember, historically and from what, we read and heard, Harrison Pennue. I don't know if he was Zoe Pennue's father or he was Zoe Pennue's uncle or a relative. I can't clearly say what the relationship was, but he was one of those closest allies. He executed most of the missions and operations of Salvador. if Zoe is his father or whoever he may have been to Zoe, I know why would they keep holding and putting on a family affair, family issue in the media, in the press? And I think there should be a breaking point for peace and reconciliation, a breaking point for forgiveness. Whoever may have offended one person or the other way around, is a need now. Zoe Pennue is in his 50s. I'm sure he approaching. I'm sure before his term ends, perhaps he'll be close to 60 or in his 60s. If he retires Zoe from Grand Judah politics right now, from what he has made in 18 to 20 years, he will not be broke. He will not suffer. They burned down his properties the last time. I guess the properties have been reactivated, even far more than what they were when they got destroyed. So everybody got affected by some of those deaths, but there must be a point for peace and reconciliation. There must be a point for forgiveness, and I think the reburial ceremony, the rememorization of the whole event, he has already been memorialized in Zoeju with the building of the statue in Zoeju. That's the first point of memorization, of his legacy, of his being. Now, if the government want to rebury him, give him a befitting burial, this is the time now for the family to come together now in reconciliation, in harmony, in peace, to say, well, this thing has already happened. And no matter how much they kill each other, no matter how much they disagree with each other, they fight each other on the social media, on the radio, and in the media, whatever way they do it, and it will not erase the painful memories. It will not bring some of those back. It will not bring him back. He's dead and gone. But the best to do now is to what? In a befitting way, in a very memorable way, and live with the pain, live with the suffering, live with the frustration. But in so doing, the family at least finds peace and harmony. The family finds reconciliation. The family now can sit down somewhere and say, yeah, this man, he was such a good man to us. And, so I don't support all that internal fighting, family fighting, backbiting, and saying all about things about each other. And people going back to statements made but in the past and all that stuff. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't bring about anything. It's still painfully breeds and bad memories. And I think it is time to let everything go and let the family come together. So the panel, has been a leader in Grand Judah. No matter what they do, no matter how they disagree with him, anything the government does in Grand Judah, or that concerns Grand Judah, or that concerns affects Grand Judah, it will involve another panel. Well, you don't want him inside. You want him inside. Once he's a city senator, anything and whatever thing the government intends to do in Grand Judah, however would they want to do it, it will have to involve Senator Pennue. So the best thing they can do right now is a smoke peace path, extend olive branch of peace to each other, and go back to the drawing board to say, well, let bygone be bygone. Let us all reconcile. Let us all do what we can do to take the family forward. Thank you.
All right, Patrick, thank you. That well thought out. I think it's an African parable. It says that families, they don't wash their dirty clothes in the town square. Yeah. So I wish this would have been resolved internally as a family issue instead of issuing a public a press statement. Yes, it's not. I don't see it to be okay. Families should not be fighting in public. Patrick, we had this ridiculous 14 years war in the country where brothers kill brothers, sister kill sister, and 250,000 people were murdered. And so, Patrick, when the guilds and the crowns can reconcile, when the Bassa man can reconcile with the crew man, the Sapo man can reconcile with the crew man, the Mandingo and the Gola and the different tribal groups in the country can work in harmony right now. Patrick, why a family cannot work their differences out? Why do they have to come to the public? I wish they would have settled this thing indoor. I mean, whatever may have happened, the family cannot come in the town square to watch their dirty clothes there. Let it do it behind the house. I wish our mother, she understands the tradition very well. I wish she would have called her son in the corner. And so, Zoe Emmanuel, what you said back then about my husband, about your family member, you blacks, because Zoe is young enough to be the son of Mother Doe. She could call her son and blast at him the best way she know how. She could do that instead of issuing a public statement. The elders were not in Grand GGAA. The ancestors will not be happy for an eminent family in Grand GGAA to be fighting each other in public. No. Mother, you should have played that motherly role. The son went astray. He did something. He said something that he should not have done. But you played the motherly role. You call in the door and blast at him. If it causes him to pay fine, he can do so. Would that make an amend for what he said? No, but it's a way of contrition. It's a way of, especially our culture. When a little man does something, we don't carry in the middle of the town and whip him. We carry in the room and spank him. That's what we do. You don't bring it in the town square. And so, like Patrick, like you and Sam said, yeah, which they would kind of do it another way, the family way, the settle it indoor, instead of coming in public to, talk down to your son. Your son, even though Zoe did not say something in return, so far as we're concerned, but Zoe is a family member to the late president, and we don't know whatever is going on indoor, what is going on internally, but we are only looking at it from the outside. So we are issuing our opinion from the outside perspective. But I think my little understanding of the culture, the elder, our mother Doe, should have called the senator. Our people would say "hoy ear," our way, the traditional way, put the man ears, not to repeat such action or to repeat such statement next time, and issue an apology to the family, and you move ahead. I think that's how I see it. Patrick, now, the last thing before we call it a day, I really want to appreciate you and Sam and Sarah for coming on with giving the challenges over there, But Patrick, before we bring the last one here, I want to put us in this corner and look at this picture right here, Patrick. What are this? Other people are saying it's not district number 3, but Patrick, this is Liberia. And as far as I'm concerned, this is Sinoe County and district number 3. On this picture, you see some images, and you see our lawmaker, Mr. Sonnyboy Noah. Patrick, the man is out of his car. He is not in his vehicle. And if you look at that vehicle, Patrick, it's brand new, a brand new vehicle. And the brand new vehicle is not on the Kota road, on the good street, on the good road. I would love to see this vehicle on a highway, a morning road, 6 lane, 3 coming so, 3 going so. Like when I'm going to Philadelphia, see how I-95 looks like. But Patrick, this is a 178-year-old country. And then our lawmaker the man is out of his vehicle. He walking and he is directing his driver to cross a ragged bridge, a wooden bridge. As a matter of fact, look at his staff force. His staff force, they are all on the bridge. And they're the one constructing bridge now for the main vehicle to pass, or vehicles, the convoy to pass. Patrick, when I see these things in our country, and when I see especially the young people of Sinoe County, they are basically emboldening their leaders who are not doing what they're supposed to do for the country. Sonny Boy Noah and his colleague, they put $39 million in their own cover so they can get paid. $39 million in this budget. At least they reduced it from George Weah time. It was $67 million the guy put in the budget. But Patrick, $39 million is still too much for 103 lawmakers and their staffers. And then the roads in the country cannot be built, Patrick. This is a misuse of the state, the people resources. When Sonny Boy Noah then would take the money to buy brand new cars. The last time I checked, when they were celebrating Sonny Boy's birthday for 4 days, I saw about 10 vehicles. I counted them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Patrick, this is a guy who has been in power for just 1 year, 3 months, according to his chief COS. And he gets 10 vehicles, brand new cars. Some are Lexuses and some are Toyotas, all the different brands. But we don't have, the man has to get out of his brand new vehicle to cross, to get on the other side. In fact, what is disturbing to me is the fact that Sonny Boy Noah left the poor man in that car, the young man who was driving that car. Sonny Boy Noah, he knows how to drive. But he left that poor boy in the car to cross that bridge. When the man fall down in the water, oh, it's fine. He's a poor man. He is not a lawmaker. He's not an honorable man. So why should we care for his life? And that's why I wish Sonny Boy Noah would be in that house and advocating for roads to be built instead of walking beyond COFA 24/7. And look at the hole. Look at the hole over there that Sonny Boy Noah is directing his driver to drive on that thing. Meanwhile, he himself and the whole crew, they can't stay in the car because they know it is dangerous. Patrick, what do you make of this? A generational change, the young man they call a leader, a generational change leader. And after 1 year, Patrick, we can see one yellow machine on the road in district number 3, or the entire Sinoe County, we can see no machine to work on our roads. And when Sonny Boy Noah is going somewhere, then that's when they have to take wool from everywhere to put on the bridge so Sonny Boy Noah brand new vehicle can pass. And the man can walk because he does not want to fall in the river with the car. So we leave the poor man in the car. We will direct him. Part of this thing, I don't hate this brother, but I hate the way he's going about things. He is continuing the old culture that got our country in 178 years old country and no road. It's the same thing Sonny Boy Noah is doing. Because the leaders before Sonny Boy Noah, they were doing the same thing, buying plenty of fancy cars for themselves, building houses for themselves, acquiring all the property and taking the money and pulling it. It's the same thing that Sonny Boy Noah is doing. So, my man, I want your take on this, because when it comes to Sinoe County District number 3, I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about the entire country as a whole. But you know, you can they say charity begins at home and ends abroad. I cannot get my house scattered. It is all over the place, and I'll be talking about other people. Have to look at the bridge in our district, Sinoe County. Even if you argue it's not in our district, right? It is in Liberia. 178 years old country. You still got bridges like this in the country. Patrick, what you make of it? What's your take? Are you happy about what's going on in your country? The generational change leader, he can't sit down in his own car. Go ahead.
Okay,
man.
so I would not look at it from the perspective of Representative Noah. I would not want to cast it on him. I would not want to cast it on him or speak about him based on what we are seeing in a photo. But what do you see over there? It points to the spinelessness of Southeastern lawmakers. One of the group of spineless and visionless lawmakers you can ever find in this country and in the legislature, they come from the Southeast. What they call legislative bargaining, they lack it. They don't have one idea about how to use their powers as lawmakers to compel the executive to do certain things in their areas. And that's why people who come from that area, people who come from the Southeast, if you look at their towns, their villages, their cities, they are the least developed, the least progressive, and the least attended to by central government, because group of lawmakers who come from that region have always thought about themselves and their family, their inner cycle. So that breach, that death track, and it was good. It was good when no one got out of that car, because that was a complete death track, and the lawmaker could not he could not expose himself to that kind of threat, on his life. So it was good he got out. But what we think he would do, to prove him wrong, that the lawmakers, the group of lawmakers from the Southeast are not spineless, they are not visionless, that they have legislative oversight, they have a responsibility and duty to the people. What I want to see when he returns to Capitol building is to see some level of change on that bridge from this perspective of legislative oversight. When he gets back to the Capitol building, he needs a summer. He needs a summer to the plenary. The Minister of Public Works and his deputies to go and show cause why he should not be here in contempt for exposing and obstructing legislative function by his failure, by his negligence, and to take care of the rules in the country as per his responsibilities. When no one fails to do that, then of course he will be doing not the right thing. And all lawmakers who travel that road, who have come across that bridge and have done nothing about it, they have not taken actions legislatively to hold the executive accountable, especially the Public Works Ministry, for neglecting that particular road or that bridge, for not rehabilitating it, or for even allowing whether it's a company or it's a group of people to put a law bridge on a major highway. And so these are things lawmakers should start to talk about. Concessions go to the counties, go to the districts, to the people, and the people will sit down there out of vision, with a lack of vision, no thought for the future, and they will go and tell company will tell us, okay, we'll build law, we'll put bridge on the road, on the river. What kind of bridge are you talking about? A law bridge, and you accept it as something for the community. And law, because the last time, in fact, in Siwakajwa, it happens there in Siwakajwa. The Madra logging company went to Siwakajwa and promised the people to build law bridges on the Sakwen River and other rivers there. And Oro Zaza did nothing to stop them. He did nothing to stop them. All right? He did nothing to stop them. The caucus did nothing to stop them. And those law bridges in a few years will rot, and they will become death trap again. The same thing I saw recently in Marble as well too. A company went to the Marble and has promised to build a law bridge over the Wani River or creek and other creeks there, and the people there accepted it, and Alukuya did nothing to also stop it, and to stop it and change it around. The only person who can take credit for not allowing a law bridge to be built on the Plaza River Bridge or the Plaza River, who can be credited for not allowing a law bridge to be built on Plaza River, is Senator Duncan. When Sinoe Forest went to Statue, he demanded them to build a concrete bridge, not a log bridge. And a concrete bridge is being built on the Plaza River, which is commendable. The people should now be based on that experience, that terrible experience the lawmaker faced over there. Based on that horrible experience he faced over there, that God himself rescued him from that death trap. He needs to now go back now and put something on the floor, a bill, abolishing in all forms and manner in concession agreements for concessions to go in the communities to build law bridges on creeks that will not go 5 years, 10 years. Some of them are even washed away. He will have to go back to Parliament and do something about it. He needs to also rally lawmakers from the Southeast to say, no, what I saw there, it was God who saved me. And because God saved me, and because God saved me from this particular death trap, and know that my car did not spoil, that I did not fall into that particular hole, and we need to make sure that no concession goes to any part of the Southeast and across Liberia to build law bridges on rivers, build law bridges on creeks, and build law bridges anywhere in our country. They must build concrete bridges. They must put concrete bridges down in the various districts, in the various cities and various communities. That should be the obligation, the responsibility, that I want to see him exercising. That will be the oversight function I want to see him exercising, and you see his power.
Okay.
In the Southeast, representatives, about the 5 or 6 counties there, 3 times 5 are 15. 15 representatives. Grand Crew get 2. River State has 2. So, for example, 2 are 4. So, 4 counties have 12. 3 times 4 are 12. 12 plus 4, 12 plus 4, that's 16. So, they have 16 representatives. 16 representatives. 2 times 6 are 12. 12 senators. 12 senators, 16 representatives. They can protest legislatively and say to the president, Mr. President, this budget, if it does not address the issue of roads in the Southeast, we will not sign the budget. Mr. President, any instrument you send to this house here, as much it does not address the issue of the Southeast corridors, it does not address the issue of poverty in the Southeast, the issue of lack of education, health care in the Southeast. Once it does not address these pertinent issues, we will not affix our signatures. We will campaign against it to ensure that it does not pass. They can use that number. But why would they leave corruption? Why would they leave the spanglessness to ensure that these things happen? They want their pockets filled. They're pocketing, they're lining their pockets, lining their coffers, their private accounts. That's all they care about. But they can use that number. They did not use that number against Totman. They didn't use that number against President Talbot. They didn't use that number against President Sanado. They didn't use that number against Taylor. They didn't use that number against Ellen. They didn't use that number against George Weah. They are not still going to use that number against President Boakai. What kind of gross ineptitude? What kind of should I say gross negligence of the people's plight? When you have that number, 12 senators, if 12 senators protest against a bill, you know what that means? If 12 senators will say we're not signing the budget, you know what that would mean? If 16 representatives will say we can't pass on an instrument from the executive, you know what that would mean? In fact, oh my God, oh Lord.
Yeah, well said. Let me. I think it's amazing, Patrick. You know, the lawmakers or the leaders in the country, they tend to pay attention to themselves more than the people, and that's the problem. So, recently, what did they do when they burned the lawmakers? When they burned the Capitol building, in no time they were able to generate $1.8 million, right, to rehabilitate the place, to build where they can sit down. They were able to find the money in no time. But Patrick, in 178 years, the people cannot build roads in the country. But in no time they can generate, they can farm, $1.8 million in the budget. Excuse me. To renovate where they can go to sit to make the money. They were able to fix that place to put money, to find money quick. The guys can find money in no time to buy new cars. Patrick, they can find money in no time to build personal mansions. Patrick, they can find money in no time to build houses for girlfriends. They can do that. But Patrick, it is compound complex for our leaders to build the roads they themselves can drive on with their fancy cars. They can build the roads. Patrick, it does not make sense to me to put $39 million in the budget for 103 lawmakers. And you don't have anything for the community college, or you put $600,000 for community college. And you're giving university nothing, little or nothing. You are giving the entire county or counties $200,000. But you give 103 persons $39 million. When you look at the budget of Liberia, $78 million is going to compensation of employees. Patrick, these guys don't have vision for the country. They don't have vision for the country. But when I look at other countries' budget, say, for example, this man said, Joseph Boakai said, his agenda is arrest. The first letter in there is agriculture. Patrick, up to now, you don't see one tractor in the country. One tractor to plow the land. I thought one who ran on agriculture and sanitation and those different things. The first thing you will have to have a bunch of tractors in the country. Like the young man in Burkina Faso is doing. He got a tractor, thousands of them, and plowing the land for the farmers. That's how you can know that a leader is serious. That's how you can tell. They're serious to do what they do. But if you have a president who says that I'm coming for agriculture, but the first thing you do is to get lectures for himself, 2025, bulletproof, all people, different numbers are all over the place. But when I check it online, Patrick, just the one that is not customized, it's around 120,000 United States dollars. The one that don't have just the regular one, you know. But Joseph Boakai said he's coming from agriculture, sanitation, and moreover is the people taking over the whole place, you know. The feces took over the whole capital city. And our lawmakers, the guys, the part of that one when you say, for example, I know you pointed out Mr. Zaza, for example, but you cannot call out Sonny Boy Noah. You call out Romeo Quia, but you cannot call out Sonny Boy Noah. You know, I don't know why you guys are afraid of Sonny Boy Noah. I don't know why. I don't know. Sonny Boy Noah is a new DIJ in Sinoe County that you guys are afraid of. And me and Doc Sire put the esoteric. Understood by the elders, the chosen few, the spokesperson for the elders. I'm not afraid of Sonny Boy Noah. Whatever medicine that Sonny Boy Noah is using on you guys, for which you guys are afraid to call him out, I will call him out. Sonny Boy Noah cannot get down from the car and put our son's life in danger, and Patrick is happy. And he said, you know what? I'm happy. I will thank God that Sonny Boy Noah did not fall. You called it the place. So you know how you call the place, Patrick? A death trap. But our son should be in that vehicle to fall in the death trap. No, the condition was created by Sonny Boy Noah and his colleagues. So he should stay in the car. He should not put our son in danger. No. Our son put on the board Noah saying to the Capitol building so that he will improve the road condition, so that he will improve the economic condition in the country, so that we'll have electricity 24 hours in the country. But no, Sonny Boy Noah, when you go to a house, a light does not go off. No. He does not have clean water problem. No, he does not. It goes across all the government officials in the country. But when it comes to Sonny Boy Noah, I notice Fratry is hesitant. He's very hesitant. He said that you go after public works minister and those people. Why? Who? The public works minister, that he the one can make the budget? How much does Sonny Boy Noah put in the budget for the public works minister to build the roads? So Sonny Boy Noah put in the budget $39 million for himself. How much did he put in public works? When you find out Sonny Boy budget is more than public works. When Sonny Boy Noah can get more money than the county or Sinoe County. Pato, what's the population of Sinoe County, you know? You know, I think the last time I checked, the last census, it said 150,000 people in Sinoe County. But we get 200,000. Sonny Boy Noah got $39 million in the budget. $39.8 million that what they put in the budget.
No, Sonny Boy did not get $39 million. That's correct.
No, that's the lawmakers I'm talking about. He's a lawmaker.
See the speaker you're playing, the speaker.
No, I'm not blaming the speaker. I'm not blaming. He is part of the crew. He is part of the legislature. I'm talking about the lawmakers. They put in the budget $39 million. Sonny Boy Noah is getting share of that money. They're dividing it among themselves. That's what I'm saying here. I'm not saying $39 million for him alone. I'm saying they went to work and they sat down, they say, you know what? How much Sinoe County should get? How much Lofa County should get? They say, you know what? 200,000 enough for counties that got.
But he wasn't there. But it's not part of my majority blog. He's not there. You know that?
Patrick, he's not getting paid from it. Is he not getting paid for that money?
No, he's not getting paid since December.
Why?
Because he's suspended.
Okay, he did something wrong, but when he goes back, where does he get paid from?
But all the money is passing by him already.
No, Patrick, the $39 million is for the whole fiscal year, right? Sonny Boy Noah will be out for the whole year. How has he been sustaining himself?
No, what I mean, it's not cover budget now. It's not cover budget now. The coup budget.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, Patrick, even before the COFA budget came through, how much Sonny Boy Noah was getting? They just recently they even brought it to $39 million. It was more than that. They just reduced it the content. They just reduce it. But if you get on, go look at the prior budget. It's more than what it was more than what Sonny Boy Noah was getting paid from. You know? So the point I'm trying to make, Patrick, you cannot give Sinoe County Community College. You cannot give the entire county $200,000. And then you say, you know what? The men that are sitting down and doing nothing. Since Sonny Boy Noah got in the house, he has not sponsored one bill. He has not spoken for you and myself in that. Give me one video where Sonny Boy Noah stood on the floor and spoke for the people of Sinoe County. Not one single video. But I can see videos Sonny Boy Noah rioting for COFA. I've seen videos. He agitating for COFA. I have seen those videos. So it's amazing that we send this brother.
Amen. Yeah,
so you begging me?
Amen.
So you begging me to leave it. Let's go to the last talking point for the day.
That's what I'm talking about, man. What's the problem? Man, what's the problem? What's the problem, man? Oh, yeah, but.
But Patrick, I don't have a problem. What I have is the problem of injustice that the guys are inflicting on the people. That's a problem. I mean, the major kind of power recently. See the kind of cars Sonny Boy Noah got now. He landed a bunch of cars. I want to see the men making meaningful impacts in my county or in my district. Now I say, you know what, I can support the young man. No, but I don't see that. I see the men making impact. You get on a teleconference with me. You are on a teleconference with me and you're telling me I come and build my last 2 houses, or I come and build 2 more houses for myself. And then your supporters are saying no water in one of your towns, in your district. The people are drinking dirty water. They're calling SOS call. But then you get fancy cars driving around. I mean, who are you advocating for? Who are you representing in the Capitol building? I thought it's supposed to be the people. But you're better. You're looking good. I mean, I'm concerned a little bit about the man's stomach. I want somebody know how to do some exercise. And keto, because you're getting too complacent. You know, you got to. I mean, Ben having a massive stomach is not a good thing. It's not healthy for you. You know, so he has to focus on exercise and other things as well. You know, because I want you to be around for long, so I can be able to criticize him, so he can do the right thing. I don't want nothing to happen to Sonny Boy. No, I want you to man be here so he can continue to do the wrong thing, and I will expose him. Yes, I want to, because we cannot talk to Zaza. Patrick cannot point out Zaza. He point out Milkia, but you're afraid of Sonny Boy Noah. What kind of thing is that? Why are you afraid of Sonny Boy Noah?
So you want me to point out Alex before you know that I have said something, right?
No. I want you to be balanced.
Yeah, but
you cannot call out other people and you're afraid of Sonny Boy Noah.
No, so what I'm saying here, I've already called Alex no one out, right? I said if he gets back to the capital, I will be expecting him to take some very tough actions on the experience he had recently. Okay?
Yeah, but Patrick, I'm not cutting you about. Patrick, I'm not cutting you.
Yeah.
I'm not cutting you about. You know what he said about Zaza? He said Zaza not allowed the people to build wooden bridge. That's what he said. He didn't say Zaza should go and advocate. But what I'm saying, the point. Hold on. The point I'm trying to make is the point I'm trying to make. Sonny Boy is in the Capitol building, and we still got the same all wooden bridges inside. Or he is getting down from a car, but you have not heard the man saying anything about it in the Capitol building. No. So we still go back to Zaza, but the generational change leader is there, but he has not stood up one day on the floor and said, ladies and gentlemen, the people of district number 3, the people of Sinoe County, they sent me here to seek your interest. I'm putting the bill on the floor that no road or no bridge in the Republic of Liberia, like you pointed out, should be wood. Everything should be concrete. It should be muddy. We should not get down for our cars to drive, for our drivers' life to be put in danger. No, we should not do that. Let everybody stay in the car. We cross the bridge. You know, our life should not be better than our driver. Let that thing be said. No, they don't do that. But Patrick, let's go to the last talking point here. This last talking point here, Patrick, it's a major one too. We're coming back to the U.S. here. But before we bring this, Patrick, I will be right back. All right, Patrick, welcome back to Voice of Sinoe, ladies and gentlemen. So the last talking point, Patrick, I want to talk about is I call it Bobby Tudee, which you are very cognizant with Grand Jedi politics. Bobby Tudee selected as interim president of Grand Jedi Association Minnesota chapter. And the sub-question there is, what does it mean for the cohesion of GGAA, the organization as a whole? Patrick, I know you follow developments here. You are in Liberia, but you are a global man. Yeah, you're a multitasker. You're doing everything. So you are familiar with a lot of things that are going on, especially in the GGA band. The press secretary to the president of Grand Jedi Association, EDIPOA. Now, Patrick, this development, the convention that's coming up, this is Bobby Tudee, by the way, is the president select, I should say, by the members of the Grand Jedi Association in Minnesota. And so, Patrick, I want you to issue your opinion, and I'll also share my thought with you. Before you come in, this is what this guy was the president, Mr. Floyd George, or George Floyd, whatever the order of the name is. He was the president for the Minnesota chapter. And we are hearing a lot. But I want you, as a press secretary, what do you make of the selection of Mr. Bobby Tudee? Is it a good thing for GGAA, or is it not a good thing? If so, why?
First of all, one thing that is constant one thing that is constant in democracy is change. It's very constant, very, very constant. And whatever way it comes, it is change. There are some procedures laid down, to effect change. Yeah. Change is effective through several means and procedures. But in most democracies and community-based organizations, one of the ways is the power vested in
Pacho, what I want to do, I want to get the reaction of the opposition to Manaide Poa, the incumbent, the president of this lady right here. She is the president of Grand Judicial Association right now. And the challenger to her is this gentleman, whose video I'll put also we can watch and listen to in his reaction to the election or to the selection of Mr. Bobby Tudee. So let's listen to Octavia Gilman for a little bit, and then we'll react and give our analysis as to what is obtaining right now. Let's listen to Gilman here for a second.
Good morning, good evening, depending on where you find yourself. My fellow Grandidians, my name is Octavius Bestman Gilman, residing in Detroit, Michigan. As your chapter president for the Grand Judicial Association in the United States, I come to you this morning or this evening with a clear and simple message. As we gather to head to Kentucky to choose our next leader, I come to you to inform you about a bubble, about a problem that is unfolding and how the propensity to derail the peace that we all are putting together in this community is Minnesota. I speak to you as your chapter president, as a chapter president from the state of Michigan. I'm asking all chapter presidents to think about this. There are few handful of Grandidians, maybe 5 or 6, gathered together in Minnesota, decided that, look, they disagree with the chapter president, Mr. George Floyd, and they decided that, look, he is no more a sitting president. And they are waiting to be recognized or approved by the board and the administration. We understand who is behind this. We got it. Let me say this to every single chapter president. If you accept that 4 or 5 people or whatever numbers can come together because they disagree with you for whatever reason, because what is going on in Minnesota is personal and it's about this election. So if they can come together and remove you and do the same, it means that the Grand Judicial Association is done. That means that if 4 or 5 people sit down, they don't like you for no reason, have a meeting and say you're no more president, and they send a letter to the national or the board, that means you're no more president, then what good is Grand Judicial Association? I'm asking all chapter presidents, just because it's in Minnesota, That don't mean you immune from that. It can happen to you. And as a sitting chapter president for Michigan, I condemn this to the fullest. I would never work with any human being in Minnesota except the leadership headed by George Floyd. And I'm calling on all chapter presidents to do the same. And this is going to the national. Please do not even attempt to have a discussion with whosoever called itself interim leadership. It's unconstitutional, it's wrong, it had a propensity to derail the peace in our community. And that includes this election. We are calling upon you, Madam President, to condemn that to the fullest. We will not recognize anybody except George Floyd. If they want to remove him, there's a way in which to do that. Not right now. And not the way in which the claim is right. To my chapter president, do not say, I did not warn you. I'm calling upon you to look at this. If they can accept that, they will accept it for you. So don't say because it's in Minnesota, it can happen here. There are people in your chapter don't like you. So they can gather together and remove you the same. Because if the national accept them, that means they will have to accept what happened in Philadelphia, what happened in.
All right, Patrick, that's the that was the tirade, the propaganda of Mr. Gilman right there. So what is your reaction to what Gilman said, Patrick?
Okay, so first, so my response to my reaction to this talking point, first let me make a disclaimer. My reaction to this talking point is for the purpose of this podcast we are doing. It is not sanctioned by the administration or the president, the office of the president. So what I can say is, as I was saying, as I said earlier, change is constant in democracy. Yeah, and in a man's life, change is constant, and there are several ways through which change can take place. In most democracies and organizations, change comes to the people. The people, only the people. Yeah, some say it comes through the military. Yeah, but most popularly, it comes to the people. And what the power, when the Constitution, vest power in the people inherently, it becomes their duty to effect change when they feel so satisfied. So what happened in Minnesota, I think, is part of the impermanence, and the impermanence of democratic leadership. When you get there will be a time that you will also leave. To give us a point of condemnation, it's just all hypocrisy. It's just all desperation, and just cheap propaganda. He did not condemn the one that took place in Texas, the one that took place on a teleconference. In fact, the one that took place in Minnesota, it took place in person. The people got
Patrick, I've been looking because I know there are some videos that was sent. I don't know if it was in our chat room. If you can send me one of the, like when people went to meeting, after your point, you can. But I've been checking. Because he said something. He said 4 or 5. That how the spirit lasts, right? They say 4 or 5 person gather and they remove. I just wanted to show the crowd.
No, exactly. Exactly. I'm sorry. I only have one phone right now that I'm limited to. Yeah.
Okay, but which chat room they posted the other day? Was it in our chat room?
Check in the Import high level. Check import high level.
Okay.
Import high level, you'll see it there. Import high level, you'll see it there, and you will see it also import the two rooms. Yeah. So the one that took place in Minnesota, it took place with in-person attendance of over 50 persons. Yeah, in-person attendance. The one that took place in Texas, it took place on a teleconference. On a teleconference. He didn't condemn the one that took place on a teleconference, but he condemned the one that took place in Minnesota with an in-person attendance. But the reason why he frustrated over the situation is that
yeah, Patrick is off there. Yes, maybe you come back. Yeah, but this is what I gotta say. You know, Brother Gilman, I love the brother. I love the fact that he stood up to the plate to participate in the politics of the community. I think it was Aristotle or Plato, one of the guys who said, if you do not participate in the politics of your community, you will be led by your subordinate, right? So I like the fact that Gilman is stepping up to the plate. But the way Gilman is coming across is the problem. I want us to, when we are talking about our community, right, we should not politicize it to the point where we tell lies. To say that 4 or 5% or a handful of people gathered in Minnesota, that was a bodacious lie. That was not true. It was a lot of people that attended the meeting. I saw the video. Hopefully I'll be able to upload it so that we can look at it together. But it is not true to say handful of people or 4 or 5 persons, and that is not true. A lot of people attended the meeting. Okay. And what I would say for sure, this is the removal of Mr. Floyd by the people. It's the people that did it. Okay. So those hating people that Gilman were referring to, nobody came from anywhere to remove the members of the chapter. They gather. You see, when the people call their leader, when they cry to their leader over and over, and the leader does not listen, they're going to jump in the street. They're going to take any action they feel to get redress. And that's what exactly the people did in Minnesota. The people have been crying to the president, Mr. Floyd, George Floyd, to set up or to even call a meeting. Mr. Floyd cannot call a meeting. The Constitution says that each person, each elected official is only allowed 2 terms, which is 4 years. 2 years for the first and 2 years. Mr. George Floyd has stayed in power for 7 years. For 7 whopping years, Mr. George Floyd stayed in power. And the people have been crying to him to even call a meeting for the people to come and express their opinion. Mr. Floyd refused to call a meeting. And what he does is, during election time, he takes a side and then he charges the people ridiculous fees to pay. And the people, this time around, he did it in the past. And the people were forced to pay fees that they do not agree to pay. The man forced fees on people. This time around, the man is supporting Mr. Gilman. He's supporting Gilman, and he is charging the people. He has not called for meeting for years. He has not called, any teleconference, different ways to call meeting here. The man did not call any meeting. But election time, Mr. Floyd is charging the people $120 each person. And the people are saying, Mr. President, you did not even call me meeting. Arbitrarily, you sat in your house, somewhere in your basement, and you are putting these fees on us. We need you to organize a meeting so that you can hear from us. So we the people, because we the one elected you. After all, you overstayed. You have been there for 7 years now. You are not called a meeting, and you sat in your basement, and you want us to pay $120. So we called in a meeting. The people called a meeting about 2 Sundays ago for the president to come. He did not show up. He did not honor the people's requests. So the people say, you know what? That's disrespect. It's too much. For 7 years, the brother has been disrespecting us. And now for election now, he's supporting Gilman. And Mr. Gilman and other people, they register some people from the chapter. And other people are saying, no, before we pay, we must first hear from the president. We have to hear from him. Where is he taking the $120 from? We have to go for convention. We have to buy our lappers. We have to buy, we have to get rental. We have to buy our plane ticket. We got to get hotel fees and all the different things. How did you come up with $120 arbitrarily without our consent? The members, they cried out to their president. And the leader is not listening. Mr. Floyd, guess what? In history, a leader that does not listen to the people is removed by the people. So you have historical examples. Just recent time, Ben Ali from Tunisia, he was chased out. When you go to Burkina Faso, Blaise Compaoré, he was chased out by the people. So we can go on and on across history where leaders are removed from power when they are not listening to the people. Mr. Floyd refused to listen to the people. The people are the ones that make you a leader. So when you don't listen to them, they're going to take the action that they took. So now you are in exile. Floyd is now in exile because the people say they don't want him. They want Mr. Tudee. They want Tudee to be there temporarily to take them to election. So Mr. Floyd been there for 2 terms. And he overstayed up to 7 years. Mr. George Floyd has been the president of the Minnesota chapter. He doesn't want to call for meeting. He doesn't want to call for election. But then election time, he will take a side and you will charge the people ridiculous fee. And so the people of Graduate Association Minnesota chapter, they say, no, this oppression is too much. This tyranny is too much. We have to replace the man. So the people got at a meeting and they selected Mr. Bobby Tudee to be their interim president for the man to lead them for some time and set an election commission so that the people can elect who they want. They are second George Floyd, who doesn't want to relinquish power, who have been there for 7 years. He doesn't want to call for one single meeting. In time for election, he will liaise with Gilman. He said, Gilman, I'm for you. I will charge the people any amount. When they can't afford, they will not vote. You are disenfranchising the people. It is their democratic right to vote. So this tactic, the high fees you put on the people to start for their right to vote, to elect their national leaders, it's what led to the people to protest against you, to remove you. It's your fault. How you call a meeting? How you heard? Have you called a meeting? How you call a meeting and ask the people for their opinion? How much can you afford? I'm not the one that paying your bills, and I'm not the one that taking care of the responsibility. You are the one. So I am a democratic leader. I want to hear your opinion, what you have to say. And the people will tell you. But you can't go in your basement. And then you tell the people to pay $120 without their consent. Come on, Mr. Floyd. If you exert tyrannical power over the people, if you exert tyrannical power, if you don't listen to the people, they take you out. And so that is your fate. You don't want to call a meeting? When the people call you, you don't want to come to their call, you don't want to listen to them? Oh, definitely, they're going to replace you. And that's what they did. A leader who does not listen to people gets the wrath of the people. So, Mr. Tudee, This is a message to you, the people of Grand GGAA Association Minnesota chapter. They send a strong message. I heard my man Gilman is saying, "Oh, to all the chapter leaders, when they can do it to Mr. Floyd, they can do it to you too." No, Mr. Gilman, it does not follow. It does not logically follow. The only time the people of the various chapters will do the same thing when the leader refuses to leave power, when he overstays, and the people are calling him to come to meeting, to call meeting, to set an election commission for the people to go to, and you refuse, they will do the same thing. That's the only condition on which the people will do the same thing. But in as much you follow the Constitution, you listen to the people that elected you, definitely nobody will come after you. The people are granted, they just go around and remove that president. But George Floyd refused to leave power. The man been there for 7 years. No, the Constitution of the Grand GGAA Association does not call for a president to stay on for 7 years. No. It's 2-year term. After 2 years, you call election. All right? The man went for second term. His second term over. He doesn't want to set an election for people to vote to select who they want. He stays home. He said he got a personal business to take care of. But in election time, he will generate arbitrary fees and foist, F-O-I-S-T. He will foist the fees on the people without hearing from the people. George Floyd, you don't go like that. That's how you lead. You will be chased out of power like Ben Ali. You will be chased out of power like Blaise Compaoré of Burkina Faso. That's what happened to you. When you think you are more than the people, when you think you are powerful more than the people that elected you, you get the result you got right now. So you have people that give me with kind and say, "Oh, only 3 persons, only 4 persons." You are politicizing. No, it's not 3 persons. I saw the meeting, the room was incapacitated. The people came in their numbers of Minnesota chapter because they thought their president was going to show up so they can express their grievances to the president. But the man disobeyed the people. George Floyd, he stayed away from the people because he thinks he is above the people. No, it's democracy. Vox populi, VOSD, the voice of the people. Is the voice of God. The people want to speak to you. And Mr. George Floyd said, "No, I'm a tyrant. I'm above you. I'm not going to listen to you. You're going to listen to me. You, the people." And the people said, "No." And therefore, they brought Mr. Tudee to lead them to election because they want their voices to count. They want to be heard. They don't want somebody who will ignore them, who will say, "Oh, my personal thing is important. At election time, you take your side. You go take side with Gilman who has not done anything for the Grand GGAA Association in the Americas. Gilman who cannot run a chapter and it's falling apart. And you want to go against either poor. But he's not going about it the right way. His chapter is falling apart. So now we want to see how the president is going to handle this situation. But, Madam President, the people are spoken. The people of Minnesota chapter, they say, "You know what, our president, we have a document that will go by, which is the Constitution. And the Constitution says a president should be in power for 2 years. George Floyd went for first term, he went for second term, he went for third term, he went for fourth term, he went for 7. I mean, like, come on, how can you stay there in perpetuity as though the organization does not have a legal document? It doesn't have an instrument to work with. It has a document called the Constitution. And the Constitution only gave you 2 terms, 4 years. And you gave yourself additional 3 years. And yet still, you don't want to set an election commission. You don't want to set up for the people to go to the ballot box. And your team, you guys are protesting. Oh, the people undermining people. No, it's you that started your own demise. Your own political demise was orchestrated by you because of your failure to listen to the people. You failed to listen. So now let's see how the president will handle this situation. The people of Minnesota, they have spoken. They say they want Bobby Tudee. They don't want Mr. George Floyd anymore. Bobby Tudee should be the interim president. Will the national president listen to the people? Or are you going to listen to Gilman, who is crying wolf, who did not tell Mr. George Floyd to set an election commission for the people to vote? And he stayed there for 7 years. But now the people have taken action And Gilman is saying, you know, every president, every chapter president in the union, and if you allow this to happen, they will take you from there too. That's a fallacy. It's called acumeno ac baculum. Acumeno ac baculum, it means appeal to fear. That what Gilman is doing. He tried to scare the other people. No, that's a fear tactics you on here. And Mr. Gilman did not stay or overstay in Mexican. If he did not stay his time, he will be fine. If the president of Arizona does not overstay, he will be fine. If the president of the Iowa chapter does not overstay, if he does not stay for 7 years that George Floyd did, he will be fine. If the president of the New Hampshire chapter does not overstay, he will be fine. If the DC Metro chapter, the president does not stay for 7 years, he will be fine. All the presidents in the union, even Idepoa, when she overstayed, the people will take off from there. So why you expect? Why, you see, Gilman is telling us the kind of leader he's going to be when he is elected. He's going to overstay power when the people react. Then he breaks the union apart. That's what he wants to do. Because the Minnesota chapter, the president overstayed. For 7 years, the people gave you 4 years. And the man took additional 3 years without setting election commission. And Gilman said it's the right thing to do. The man broke the law already. The law of the Grand General Association in Americas is 2 years for each presidential term. You want 7. But you don't want the people to, when the people call you to a meeting, you are not coming to a meeting. You are not listening to them. You put your fees on the people. And the people remove you and Gilman is crying. I want the president, be afraid of the people come and move you. No, they're not going to move the other people. The other people, they overstay. If they don't overstay, you are fine. If Mr. Bobby Tudee overstay, the people will do the same thing. They will remove Bobby Tudee. If Idepoa overstay after her second day, after she had beaten Gilman, when she overstayed, the people will remove Idepoa. Okay? So the Gilman should not play the elementary basic philosophical fallacies on game on say no. We are too sophisticated for Gilman to kind of say, when you are in the other chapter, you're president too. When you do it to fraud, they will come and do it to you too. No, they're doing it to everybody. If you don't overstay, you are fine. When you overstay, forget it. The people will remove you. They will remove you. So, Mr. Tudee, listen to the people. Make sure the time they give you, you serve the time. Make sure you listen to the people. Make sure you call meetings so that the people can come and share their thoughts. Okay? Don't say you are above the people. Then you will have problem too with the people who graduated Minnesota chapter. The people of GGAA, they are not people to play with. They are the county of the first indigenous president, the man who liberated the entire country from the oppression of the American Liberians. And from the county, the people don't play. When you play around with them, when you want to stifle their expression, their self, they want to express their opinion. They want to be heard. They want their president to hear them out. And the president is refusing. They will remove you like they remove the oligarchs from power. They will remove you the way they topple the two-way party that lasted for 133 years. Like George Floyd tried to mimic. He tried to stay in power for 7 years without setting election. Like the two-way party, they were in power for 133 years without election. And George Floyd want to repeat the same thing. And the people of Grand General Association, they say, no, we are the descendant of President Doe who toppled a dictator or a 133 years dictatorship from our country. And we don't want dictator here in the United States. No, this is the land of the free, the land of Martin Luther King Jr. You're not going to stay here forever, and you don't want us to speak and give me a kind of cry and look at George Floyd feeling going wrong. George Floyd is wrong. He wronged the people. George Floyd is the president because of the people. But he does not want to listen to the people. And Gilman is not saying, George Floyd, you are wrong. You should not have overstayed. You should not have stayed for 7 years. And you refuse to set an election commission. You refuse. And now they what people did what they did to you. A leader who stays in power for long will be kicked out by the people. And that what happened to George Floyd. We want to say congratulations to Bobby Tudee. Lead the people in keeping with the Constitution. Otherwise, The mounted people are GGAA count, the GGAA. The county of warriors, they don't back down to the tyrant, to dictator, to despot. They will stand up to you. George Floyd, his history. Grand GGAA County is the county of President Doe, a militant, a man who does not fear the oligarchs and remove them from power. Remove them. And so George Floyd is also out. The people of Grand GGAA Association in the Americas, you cannot overstay your authority. And the people fire George Floyd. And the opposition candidate is crying. Give me a cry. Hey, the people come and fire me too. Oh, hey, you can't protect me. Oh, hey, when I protect me, the people will move me. No. Give me, if you do not overstay, if you don't stay 7 years, like the American Liberian that stay in power for 133 years, the people will not they will not move you through a revolution. George Floyd was removed through a revolution because he overstayed 7 years. The people gave him 4 years, and the man said 7 years, and they asked him over and over and over and again to call meeting the Federal Election Commission, and George Floyd refused. And that is why he was kicked out by the people of Grand GGAA, the people of President Doe, the great sergeant of the nation, the liberator of the people. Now the man people that you want to play with George Floyd, the man who challenged the colonial American Liberian, the exerted pressure, I mean, their claws, their tyrannical claws on the people for 133 years. And those said, that's enough, it's enough. We'll remove these people. And he did so. And his son from his county, George Floyd, he said, you know what? In the United States, the land of the free, the home of the brave, he said, you know, I will put my tyrannical claws on the people of Grand GGAA Association in Minnesota. I will stay there forever. Their 4 years will expire. I will give myself additional 4 years. And I will not remove myself. I will not leave. I will not leave. I will stay there. I will not sell a meeting. I will just work on it. I'll sit down in my basement and send fees. And give me a cry. So the decision is now the president. The boy is in the court of DIASPORA. How is she going to handle this situation? Is she going to bring George Floyd back to continue his 7 years and add it to 8 years? And the people are not going to election. He does not want to set an election that what DIASPORA wants to do. It is up to DIASPORA. But make sure that DIASPORA, you are a leader of law. If somebody contravene the Constitution or people contravene the Constitution, it is a violation of the law. George Floyd went against the sacred document of the Grand GGAA Association. And he is outside the circumference of the law. And that is why the people took the action. Again, Madam President, I will leave you with a Latin expression. Vox populi, VOSD. The voice of the people, the voice of God. The people of Grand GGAA Association, through a revolution, they have removed Mr. George Floyd. Any attempt to keep him in that position will be a perpetuation of his not ending a perennial administration that does not have an end. You will be continuing that. So I know those are all we are just, I mean, I'm speaking here now as the CEO of Voice of Sinoe in the diaspora. I'm not speaking as a spokesperson for the DIASPORA. I'm speaking as a citizen of Grand GGAA County in the United States. A qualified and legitimate and a permanent member of Grand GGAA County. I'm just giving my opinion. So the man says, oh, that DIASPORA spokesperson. No. I'm speaking as a citizen, as a spokesperson of the elders and the ancestors of Grand GGAA Sinoe County and the people of the Republic of Liberia. I'm speaking in that capacity. I'm saying when a leader, when the people give their authority to a leader and they give you a specific time to serve, and you overstay, and you are not listening to the people, and you wake up and put fees on them, the people will agitate. And the people protested bloodlessly. They launched a revolution, bloodless revolution against George Floyd. A bloodless revolution. And George Floyd is crying now. We are told Mr. Floyd went into the people's account and took the money. The man is exacerbating his plight because the people of Grand GGAA don't joke. If you confiscate the people's money, you are getting in trouble. They will take you to the law. United States is the land of law. Mr. Floyd, if that information is not true, that will be happy. When it is true, if you went into the people's account and took that money before the people said they don't want you, put the people's money back. You don't want to seize the people money when they say they don't want you. You are a leader because of the people. You are a leader because of the people's agreement. Without the people, Mr. Floyd, you cannot be the president. Mr. Tudee will not be the president when the people don't agree, when they don't take him. The people are the ones that decide who becomes the president. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you so much for following Voice of Sinoe today. We are here every Thursday, beginning at 12 p.m. to discuss the issues from Liberia to the diaspora and all over the place. We are panoramic. And so it's the issue of Mr. Floyd. The boy is in the court of the president to do what is in the interest of the union. She has to sit down and think about it and make sure the decision that she will make will continue the cohesiveness of the people of Grand Judges Association. The tantrum that Gilman is throwing, we don't make decisions based on tantrum and kind of yell, oh, this has the propensity to cause chaos. No, that's a fear that appeal to fear. Tell us, Gilman, why did Mr. Floyd stay in power for 7 years? Is that the constitution of Grand Judges Association in Americas? Is that what it says? You should stay for 7 years and you should not set an election commission? You should just sit down in your house and tell the people to pay ridiculous fees and you are not hearing from them and you don't expect the people to take you out? You look for your own trouble, George Floyd. All right, guys, we want to say thank you so much and we'll see you next Thursday. We'll be here to give you more. Have yourself a wonderful day. Thanks to all of you that are following, and thanks for your comments. All right, that's how we're doing it for the day. All right, so let's end with the music.
Proud of my work, so long it pay me. So long I see no one pay me.
See what I be. To the point,
To the side.